Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Erin Lee. You can find the rest of my readings on my website, VancouverIslandPsychic.com. So today is Monday, March 25th, and because it's a little bit later in the day, we're going to do the reading for Tuesday, March 26th to Sunday, March 31st, 2013. Again, we're going to use Sonia Choquette's Ask Your Guides Oracle card deck to facilitate our reading. And because I've been having so much fun with the crystals, we're going to use them again. So your choices for today are citrine, jet, and selenite. So again, citrine, jet, and selenite. All right. So we're going to shuffle the cards and we're going to ask for guidance from our guides, from our angels for the coming week. And we're going to ask what messages it is that we need to know in order to help facilitate balance so that we can get through and enjoy the week in as healthy a way as possible. There we go. So the first card that we draw is for Tuesday and Wednesday. There we go. And balance. Balance is the card that's coming up. So it's really interesting. We're coming out of the weekend with the feeling of getting things cleaned up, straightened up. Spring cleaning for a lot of people is well underway, and it's been an incredibly emotional week for a lot of people too, and we're coming into a place where we're starting to see a bit of balance again. So part of the message for Tuesday and Wednesday is to make sure that when you're doing things that there's balance. So you aren't just strictly working, but that you're having time for yourself and time off, making sure that you're connecting with friends and people. One of the messages, it's actually incredibly appropriate that balance is coming up because there have been a lot of messages for people around balance, is remembering that balance isn't a static thing, meaning that it doesn't always stay the same. There's a fluidity to balance. So just because you are not in your usual balance doesn't mean that you are out of balance. So the other message that's kind of coming up with this card is that balance can mean a whole pile of different things, and encouragement is coming up to look at different ways in which your life can be balanced. So it's not just a rigid structured thing. Balance manifests and comes in a variety of different ways. So the next couple of days, Tuesday, Wednesday, concentrating on balance, making sure that you're doing things to help support and nurture yourself, and expect that new ideas around balance and how to do that will be coming in the next couple of days too. Looking at Thursday and Friday, we have the Despair card. Now this is really interesting. The big thing that I'm really drawn to about this card is all of the help and the hands, and that as we're moving through, this feeling of spring, of light, of energy is coming up. So if you are in a place, in a situation where you're dealing with a lot of ups and downs, know that coming into Thursday and Friday of this week, there is going to be light on the other end of the tunnel. Not to become too cliche, but there is light. Things are coming together, things are happening, and things are balancing and stabilizing. So expect that there will be things that are working themselves out. Going into Saturday and Sunday, this is actually really interesting. We have the creativity guides, and this was actually the card that came up in last week's reading for Saturday and Sunday. So there is still definitely the feeling of co-creation, blank canvases, that we are in a time of manifestation. So if we kind of look at the overall reading, we're looking at restoring balance in our lives and knowing and recognizing that that can present itself in a variety of different ways, that even though things may not be as clear, as sunny, or as bright as we're wanting them to, that we are still coming into a time of manifestation. Energetically, things are happening around us, and so it's really important to make sure that we're keeping our thoughts and our intentions positive, concentrating on what it is that we want, because we are coming out of this feeling of darkness. We are coming into the light, and we've just had the spring solstice. And we are seeing that. Days are getting longer, more light. We are coming into the light. So moving into Saturday and Sunday, there's a lot of energy around creation. Things are starting to come together. Energy is still being expended on Saturday and Sunday, and going into the next week and creating vision for what we want for the future. So making sure that you're taking time to allow for that. All right, so for the people who chose citrine, your card is family. So there's a lot that's happening for you on an emotional level with family and friends. One of the things that's really kind of coming up for me around this is the extension of the olive branch, the dove. And so finding balance within our relationships, and if there is disharmony or discord, deciding what's important for you to be disagreeing about and what isn't. It feels like there's some spring cleaning that you're doing within your relationships, and deciding to let go of things that have been bothering you or to make changes, but it feels that things are happening on a relationship level for you through the rest of this week. For the people who chose Jet, the celebration is coming up, and the message that's coming up around this is there's abundance. Things are flowing. Energetically, it's time to be celebrating. There's a lot that's happening to be joyful about, to pull yourself up by the bootstraps and just enjoy and appreciate. One of the interesting things for people who chose Jet are the properties of Jet. Jet is an incredibly cleaning and clearing. It helps to dissolve negative energy and negativity. So if you are in a place where you just aren't enjoying life, you aren't feeling like there's time to celebrate, one, know that there are things that are happening in the background that are bringing celebration, that are bringing joy and light and laughter, and know that anything that is happening is being cleared out by the energy of Jet, and so that there's a rapid release. For the people who chose selenite, we have connection with a higher self this week. Really important to make sure that you are conscious and aware of the light that you're shining, and the overall connection that you have with source, with spirit. This is a fairly spiritual card actually, and encouraging you to be really in truth with your own beliefs, what's important to you, and connecting with that. One of the interesting things with selenite is that it actually helps to facilitate that. It works with all seven of the primary chakras, the main chakras within the body, and it helps to clear and work and go beyond that. So selenite is actually a facilitator for connecting with higher self, for connecting with truth and purpose. So if you are drawn to crystals this week, selenite would actually be a fabulous crystal for you to have with you, to keep it in your pocket or in your purse, or if you're a woman and you have room in your bra, selenite is a fabulous one for connecting, clearing, and creating truth. I'd like to thank you so much for joining me. My name is Erin Lee. You can find the rest of my readings on my website, VancouverIslandPsychic.com. I'm wishing you a fabulous week.